The dropship shuddered violently as it descended through Gorgon Prime's turbulent atmosphere. Inside, Captain Zephyr Holt and his team braced themselves, eyes locked on the digital display of their mission brief. The landscape below was a war-torn wasteland, remnants of past battles littering the ground. Captain were taking heavy fire. Lieutenant Aiden Clark shouted over the roar of the engines. His fingers danced over the console, redirecting power to the ship's shields. "Hold steady," Aiden Zephyr replied, his voice calm despite the chaos. "We land in 2 minutes. Stay focused." The dropship lurched again, and Sergeant Leela Tan tightened her grip on her sniper rifle. "This place is a graveyard," she muttered, peering out the viewport at the charred remains of oricos and human machinery alike. "They'll make it a graveyard for us if we're not careful," Corporal Ray Diaz quipped, his usual optimism tinged with nervous energy. The dropship touched down with a bone-jarring thud, and the rear hatch opened, spilling Zephyr and his team into the harsh landscape of Gorgon Prime. Zephyr quickly assessed their surroundings, noting the strategic positions and potential cover. "Move out. Stay sharp," he commanded. The team fanned out, advancing cautiously towards the first objective, a relay station that controlled the perimeter defenses of the Oricos stronghold. As they approached, a sudden barrage of plasma bolts erupted from a nearby ridge. "Ambush!" Leela shouted, diving behind a boulder. Zephyr's mind raced. "I didn't find a way to disable those defenses." "Leela, cover fire." "Ray on me." He and Ray sprinted towards the ridge, plasma bolts zipping past their heads. The firefight was intense, the air crackling with energy and tension. "Aiden now," Zephyr barked. Aiden's fingers flew across his tablet, and a moment later, the Oricos plasma turrets sputtered and fell silent. "Turrets down, Captain." Zephyr nodded. "Good work. Let's move." They advanced quickly, dispatching the remaining Oricos soldiers with precision. As they secured the area, Zephyr took a moment to catch his breath. "Everyone all right?" "Just another day at the office," Ray said, flashing a grin. Zephyr couldn't help but smile. "All right, let's keep moving. The main stronghold is just ahead." The team navigated the treacherous terrain, every step fraught with danger. The desolation of Gorgon Prime was a stark reminder of the stakes. They moved in silence, the only sound the crunch of their boots on the rocky ground. "Captain, motion sensors up ahead," Leela whispered, her keen eyes scanning the horizon. Zephyr nodded. "Aiden, can you bypass them?" "Give me a minute," Aiden replied, kneeling to access the control panel of a nearby surveillance drone. His fingers worked swiftly, and soon the sensors blinked off. "We're clear." They advanced cautiously, the loony structure of the Oricos stronghold growing larger with each step. Zephyr's mind was a whirl of strategies and contingencies. The discovery of the Oricos' plan to launch a counteroffensive had raised the stakes. Failure was not an option. As they approached the entrance, Zephyr signaled for the team to halt. "This is it. Remember, we need to disable their command center. Stay sharp and watch each other's backs." They slipped into the stronghold, moving like shadows through the dimly lit corridors. The air was thick with tension, every creak and groan of the ancient structure amplifying their anxiety. Zephyr led them to a control room where they discovered crucial intel about the Oricos' plans. "This confirms it," Zephyr said, scanning the data. "They're preparing for a massive counterattack. We need to shut this down now." Suddenly, an alarm blared, and the sound of approaching footsteps echoed through the corridors. "We've been made," Ray shouted. "Fall back," Zephyr ordered. "I didn't get that data, and let's move." They retreated through the maze of corridors, plasma bolts sizzling past them. The stronghold was now a hive of activity, Oricos soldiers swarming towards them. They fought their way through, every step a battle for survival. The team reached the inner sanctum of the stronghold, a heavily fortified area that housed the command center. "This is it," Zephyr said, his voice steady. "Aiden, see if you can get that door open. The rest of you, hold the line." Aiden quickly set to work, hacking the security system while the others formed a defensive perimeter. The Oricos were relentless, their attacks growing more desperate as the humans neared their objective. "This is taking too long," Leela shouted, firing her rifle with deadly accuracy. Almost there, Aiden muttered, his focus unwavering. "Just a few more seconds." The door finally slid open, revealing Krageth and his elite guard. The Oricos warlord was an imposing figure, his eyes burning with hatred. "Humans," he spat. "You dare to invade our sanctum." "We're ending this, Krageth," Zephyr replied, stepping forward. "One way or another." The room erupted in chaos as the two forces clashed. Zephyr and Krageth locked eyes, the air between them crackling with tension. The battle was fierce, each blow a testament to their resolve and strength. "Your kind has brought nothing but destruction." Krageth roared, his blade slashing through the air. "And yours is no different," Zephyr retorted, parrying the blow and countering with a strike of his own. As they fought, Aiden and the others worked to disable the command systems, fending off Kragath's guards. The room was a maelstrom of energy, the fate of both species hanging in the balance. Zephyr's mind raced as he fought, searching for an opening. Kragath was a formidable opponent, his strength and cunning pushing Zephyr to his limits. But Zephyr's determination was unyielding. With a final desperate effort, he managed to disarm Kragath, knocking the warlord to the ground. Kragath looked up, a mixture of fury and despair in his eyes. "This isn't over," he growled. "It is for now," Zephyr replied, his voice cold. "Secure him." As the team bound Kragath, Zephyr turned to Aiden. "Status? Command systems are down," Aiden reported. "They won't be launching any counterattacks soon." "Good. Let's get out of here." The stronghold was eerily quiet as they made their way out, the remaining Oracos offering little resistance. The team regrouped outside, the weight of their victory settling over them. "We get it," Ray said, a note of disbelief in his voice. "We actually did it." Zephyr nodded, his eyes scanning the horizon. "This war isn't over, but we've taken a crucial step." Layla approached, her expression somber. "We lost a lot of good people today." "We did," Zephyr agreed, his voice heavy. "But their sacrifice wasn't in vain. We had a chance now, a real chance to end this." As they prepared to leave, a faint signal pinged on their comms. Aiden frowned, checking his device. "Captain, you might want to see this." Zephyr's heart skipped a beat as he read the data. A new threat was emerging, something more dangerous than they'd ever faced. "Looks like our work isn't done yet," he said, a determined glint in his eyes. "Bring it on," Ray said with a grin. "We're just getting started." Zephyr couldn't help but smile. "All right, team, let's head back and regroup. We have a lot of work ahead of us." As they boarded the dropship, the weight of their mission pressed heavily on Zephyr's shoulders. But amidst the uncertainty and the loss, there was also hope. A flicker of light in the darkness, and for now that was enough. They lifted off, leaving the war-torn landscape of Gorgon Prime behind, ready to face whatever came next. The battle had been won, but the war was far from over, and Zephyr Holt and his team were prepared to fight for humanity's future, no matter the cost.